on a new permission today, out with my Deus Light 9-inch coil. That's the only coil I've got, and I use it light. Wouldn't even consider now buying a control box, but I'm out on a new permission. I've got this field here, and I've got another one to the rear of where I stand. I can't show you because it'll give, there's some particularly outstanding landmarks, so I don't want to do that. But I've got this field here, and I've got two other fields, one to the rear, one to the back and left of me, and I suspect that these have been detected in the past, I don't know, but on the horizon there, well, a little bit back from that, maybe a mile and a half from here, there was some excavation back in the late 1980s, uncovered a Roman settlement, and there's a definite Roman settlement about 3/4 of a mile at the back of me, and that is an absolute no-no. People have been in trouble for being on there, even walking on there. The local county council are now working on it to make it a bit of a museum, which is great. Looking forward to seeing that, but that is an absolute no-no. But who knows whether people didn't wander across this area here before the Enclosures Act and all these hedges were put up. Who knows? So I'm going to spend some time here, and hopefully we'll get something a little bit better than my lock cover, which is my first find. I don't know, 19th, 20th century maybe, early 20th century, late 19th, who knows. But that's my first find for the day, and we will see you at the next target. Well, I don't know what this is. It's a little bit of copper alloy. It's got a hole in there. It's been broken off there where there was another hole. Not very old, I suspect, but one thing it does indicate is that if this has been detected, people are leaving stuff behind. I've found lead and stuff like that, so we're going to keep on and see what we can find. Got a number of acres to go over. Hopefully we'll find something good later on this morning. Okay, on to the next. Well, it's a bottle top. I'm not a drinker, so I can't even. It's something Lock and Company High Commissioner. So whatever that was, somebody decided to leave the top for me to find. But again, as I said, if they're missing the detectors who were here, if there was anybody here, if they're missing that, then they missed more. So on to the next. I'm not sure what that is. Down there about 6 inches. It's most probably a bit of decoration, relatively modern decoration, Victorian, Edwardian, something like that. But if anybody's got any ideas, I would appreciate that. But again, emphasizing things have been missed, so more I'm going down here, the more I'm convinced this has not been detected. Woohoo! Some goodies may be in this field somewhere. Okay, on to the next. Top off a bell. Not sure if it was been a child's cycle bell. I think that's a little bit too small for that, but it would have been part of a bell anyway. The clanger would have been there. That would have been screwed on. Part of a bell, modern 20th century. Doubt if it's 21st century, but 20th century bell. On to the next. Well, part of a fork or a spoon, not silver, copper, I suspect. I say a spoon, it had a hole in it there, so what that would have been, I don't know. Not a clue. But anyway, we'll clean that up, see what it is, but onto the next. What that is, little bit of aluminium junk. Okay, on copper spring, nothing much, modern, got a fix in there, very springy. I just found this cartridge cell down there. It's is it 50 caliber, 20 mil? I don't know, but that is. It says on it 4, so I assume that's 44, 1944. I stand to be corrected, and underneath it says TW, and I think that's the place of manufacture, the munitions factory I think that's what that will be. And so it's a 4 and a TW. So we'll have a little look at that when we get back. But that is, to me, it has not been fired. There's no pin strike there in the middle, but it's all corroded and gone anyway. I suspect it's quite heavy, but it's full of earth. I hope anyway. If I don't get to do this video, you know what happened to me. Bang, bang, bang. Okay, next signal, a little tiny little buckle. I suspect, I don't know, maybe 1800s, maybe 1700s. I've just thrown it away. After cleaning it. Anyway, a nice little buckle, and that is promising. We keep looking and see what we can find. Okay, one tiny buckle. Excellent. Sort of looks like a ½ inch pipe. It's not copper, it's not lead, it's, I can't even straighten it, it's galvanized most probably, it's not rusted. So there you go, on to the next. Well, a tiny little offcut of a copper pipe, I think it is. It looks really old, but you can see where, when you look on the inside, you can see where the mechanical cutter has cut it and left a little bit of indentation all the way around. So I suspect it's very modern. Okay, on to the next. Wow, a couple of helicopters, military helicopters just come across. Well, a little bit more of that copper pipe. So whatever that is, not a clue. Okay, on to the next. Surface find, modern 2.2 cartridge, dropped last week, I suspect. Okay. My heart lit up when I saw that. Thought, wow, silver, but no, it's not. It's whatever it is. It's just polished metal, stainless steel, whatever. But it's not silver. No, 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 no. Which is a crying shame, but there you go. Well, my one and only coin for the day, a modern 1p. Queen Elizabeth, battered, can't see the date, battered to pieces, 1p. My first signal is this. It's got a pin there, and it looks, it's not a button, it's got some design on it. I think it's a little mount of some sort. The pin is there, but it looks sharp. So it's got some design on the end, so I think it's some sort of mount that would have gone, like a harness mount or something like that, or onto some sort of leather anyway. But that's what it is, tiny little one, and we'll see you at the next. Well, down here, just I don't know, about 5 inches, little pistol ball. Found many on here now. But always good to find them. Anyway, tiny little pistol ball. I suspect it's around about 1600, 16 Civil War kind of stuff. It's quite, the lead is quite white, and I suspect that's what it is. Anyway, tiny little musket ball, onto the next. Well, down here, just about 6 inches. Don't know if you can see it. We have one very nice buckle. Woohoo! Oh yes. I don't know, 15 to 1700, maybe a little bit before 1500, but I think 15 to 1700 there. You can see the little design on the top, and that is one very nice buckle. Whoop, dropped it. And we'll see you at the next. Well, down here it must be, oh, I don't know, 9-10 inches. My pointer is in the hole. A huge musket ball with the end that hasn't been knocked off yet. Obviously not fired because it's only been molded. The moulding piece is still on the end. And anyway, that's a huge musket ball. Wow. I don't know. I don't think it's as old as the other ones I found. I think it's relatively modern. But compared to the 1600s, I think this is more 1800s. Maybe wrong, but that is one huge musket ball. And I've just put my pointer in there, and I'm still getting a signal here, so there may be another one or something in there. We'll check it. Well, I don't know what that was, but there's nothing else in the hole, so on to the next. And it's a button. Another flat, blank, ordinary, common garden button. Shank broken, nothing on it. This is about, I don't know, maybe 20 or 30 I found. I just don't record them anymore. Perhaps I ought to, but I don't, and that's the way it is. Just an ordinary button. Okay, on to the next. Well, another little medieval buckle. A little bit of design on it there. Tiny little thing, fit on the end of my finger. Okay, nothing more to add to that. Pin not intact, but the rest of it is. Good little find. Just love to find these little buckles. Okay, on to the next. Well, down there, some, I don't know, 6 inches. We'll do a live reveal. I think it's a tiny little buckle again, but there it is, in there, and it looks intact. Oh yes, yes, yes. The pin is in it as well. Look at that. Oh, well done, Ian. If you can see the pin there, just go gentle. I'm going to give it a blow. Wow, look at that. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, I love it when things come out complete. Oh, no matter what they are. But that is amazing, because that, to me, looks though that should be around there and that way. That's it. Well, 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 well. I'm not going to play too much. It looks a kind of a two-way. I don't know. There's a little bit of decoration there, and the indent where the pin goes round to there, which is right. Okay. You can see that goes like that in that little slot there, but what this piece is on the side, I've got no idea. Well, we'll check that out and see what we can find. There's something been fixed to the side of it. Okay, we'll check it out and see if I can find something similar. Okay, on to the next. Well, right here on the surface we have a buckle fragment. Very nice indeed. Shame it's broken, shame it's a fragment, but that is a beauty. Again, 1700s, post-medieval, beautiful design on it. Hey, this is the umpteenth piece I've had off this site. Okay, on to the next. Okay, do a little bit of a live reveal here. it's in there, not sure what it is. It looks like a modern rivet, and it could well be. On the other hand, it could be something a little bit more interesting. Well, to be honest, I think it's a modern rivet or nail. Yeah, it's nothing terribly exciting, I don't think. Anybody got any ideas? Just let me know when you've had a good look at it. There we go. Okay, on to the next. Well, on a new permission today, just been down to see the owner of the land, and I've got a couple of fields here. This one that goes right up to the road, and another one beyond my car up there, this one beyond the fence, the one beyond that again. You can just see the top of the guy's house. Lovely guy, just had a long chat with him. Very amenable, very willing. It's amazing when I think that some can be really, really awkward. These guys around here have been amazing. And so anyway, first find. It looks as though it's off a brooch, Georgian Victorian brooch, a piece of glass there, or off a bracelet. I'm not sure, but not too old, but it's okay for a start, and we'll look into that, see what we have, if I can get a better photograph of it. Okay, on to the next. Well, my first coin of the day, don't know if you can see it in there, haven't pulled it out yet, but it's a penny, I think. Yes, a nice penny, 1921 penny, George V, and yeah, George V, 1921, pretty good condition as well. So very pleased with that. I've been going through a bit of a barren time recently of finds, but hey, here we have a George V penny. Okay, on to the next. Well, down there, I don't know, 6 inches. I pulled this up. It's lead. It's got a hole in the bottom. I think it's modern because there's flowers or plants. There's a plant, some leaves, and then a flower at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. But it doesn't look as though there's, oh, there is, yeah, it's just that some of them are obliterated. So it was some sort of holder of some sort, I don't know. Not a clue. It wouldn't have been that way because the flowers go the other way. It would have sat like that, I don't know, maybe a candelabra, part of a candelabra, who knows. But anyway, nice little lead find, bit of blue paint in it, or blue enamel. But it's lead or lead alloy, and there we go, on to the next. Okay, down there, another musket ball. This one is again not that old. It's relatively modern. I would put it in the 1800s, nothing before that. It's not, the lead is not that old. It would be one of the latter ones, I think, but you can see where the mould was finished off there. There's a couple of pinch marks there, but it's farmers aware it's never been fired. So anyway, another musket ball, sizable one. Okay, on to the next.